Hello and welcome to the Realignment Counsel, the space where we reset, refocus, and realign with God's truth. So, I'm your host, Cleopatra, and today's topic is one that might make us a little uncomfortable but can also bring incredible freedom, which is modern idols. Modern idols. What are you really worshipping? Now, when we hear idol, we often picture a golden statue or an ancient altar. But you know that in our modern world, idols really look like that. There is no way you can see a golden statue or one of the ancient altars in our modern world. Now, they are often things we hold in our hands, things that we chase in our minds or secretly treasure in our hearts, sometimes without even realizing it. Now, what is the biblical definition of an idol? Now, in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3 to 4, it says, "You shall have no other gods before me." Now, an idol is anything we place before God in our affections, our trust, or our priority. An idol is anything we place before God. It could be something we put before God, something we put our mind and our hearts on before God. Now, why is modern idolatry subtle? We may not bow down physically, but we can still bow down emotionally, mentally, and financially. For example, giving our time, our attention, and our passion consistently to something more than God. Giving our time, our attention, and passion consistently to something more than God. Now, there are signs that something might be an idol in our lives. These signs are: you can't imagine living without it, you cannot do without it, you compromise values for it. It also occupies your mind more than God. It occupies your mind more than God. Like, before you think of God, that thing comes to your mind first. You don't even think about God. You just, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing, it could be your phone, it could be your car, it could be something new you just bought, maybe a new bag, a new shoe, or maybe a party you plan to attend. That event, it has already become your God. You can't do without it. You compromise values for it. It could even be money, finances. It occupies your mind. And losing it would shatter your sense of identity. Like, losing it could be like some persons now, when they lose their phone, maybe through theft or maybe robbery. I mean, some of them go to commit suicide. Like, they can't just do without it. How come, after everything that I've saved on that phone, I have everything, my documents are on that phone, stuff like that. So these are some of the signs. There could be more, but these are some of the signs that um something might be an idol in your life. Now, there are some common modern idols that we would like to discuss. Some common modern idols. First of all, on my list is social media and online validation. Ah, this is so rampant as at now. There's this constant need for likes, for comments, and shares. Like, some of us, we go to our contacts or our friends on a particular social media handle, and we tell them, like my post, comment on my post, oh, please share my post, oh, please follow me. If you follow me, I'll follow you. Stuff like that. You know, in the book of Psalms 139, it reminds us that God's affirmation is the only one that fully satisfies. Not the likes, not the comments or the shares on your social media handle. It's God's affirmation that fully satisfies. Some of us, because we want comments on a particular post, we post pictures that doesn't glorify God. exposing our body parts, or even post nude pictures to just to have comments, to have more views, to grow your page or something, you know. Now, something else that can one of that point for a modern our common modern idols is relationships. It could be romantic partners, it could be friendships, or even family approval can take God's place. In the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 26, it tells us Jesus calls us to love Him above all others. Now, some of us may be in a romantic relationship. We have romantic partners, and all of a sudden your life revolves around that partner that you don't even remember God. The first thing you want to call your partner, you want to talk to, you want to talk to him or her. It's nice, it's good, but put God first. Put God first in that relationship. Put God first. Let God know that you are my first love. Okay? So it's not a romantic partner, not a human being, not even friendships. Instead of you to be in church, you're with your romantic partner, or you're with a friends gathering, when you're supposed to be in church or doing something for God, when you have an assignment for God, but you just put those persons first. Another common modern idol is money and materialism. Money and materialism. Now, chasing possessions or status can subtly become a life's mission. Fine, it's good to be rich. It's good to you know it's good to be rich because um God says it to bless the works of our hands, and it's His will that we prosper. So, but it becomes dangerous when you could do anything to be rich. It becomes dangerous when you are ready to go extra miles to get that money. Even you have to even soil your hands and sin. You don't tend to remember God. You say, I put God aside first. God says He will bless the work of our hands. Then you do things that are not of God just for you to be financially stable. So indirectly, you have made finances, you have made money your idol, putting it first before God. Chasing possessions, chasing status. You want to be recognized by all men. So you know, you do things without, without any form of consideration. Like, oh, I hope this will not offend God. You just do it because you want to do it. You want to be recognized. You want to upgrade your status and all that. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24, it says, "You cannot serve both God and money." Yes, choose one. And I pray you choose God. Now, another point here is self and personal image. Elevating personal ambition, your physical appearance, or self promotion above spiritual growth. You want to be like, let me say, for physical appearance, there's something that is actually common these days, where ladies they tend to work on their physical appearance so much. Even the men too are actually doing it. They want to have extra boobs or big bum bum. They go under the knife to have a flat tummy. And some persons, they lose their life in this process. I mean, appreciate what God has given you. Some have to even do face shifts, eye shifts, different shifts of their body, different shifts on their body. I mean, God created you in His own image and likeness, and when you start putting so much attention, fine, it's good to look good, but when you now do it to an extent that it's a do or die affair, you want to be accepted in the community, you want to be accepted by friends, then you alter what God has created. I mean, you're indirectly telling God that I don't like the way you created me. This is the way I want it. Forgetting that God has the right to you know to call you home when He feels that this person is going against my will. He has the power of life and death. He gave us breath. Okay, so when you start putting physical appearance first, you just, as in, you're so obsessed with how you come out, how you appear. You know that's indirectly saying your body itself is an idol, that you yourself, you're an idol, so you're putting yourself first before God. So another one here, you have work, success, and ministry itself. Even good things like ministry can become idols when they replace intimacy with God. Now, the ministry is good. Yes, ministry is good. But when it becomes you're so focused in the ministry, you're not focused on God per se. You're focused on how people perceive you in ministry. You know, you want people to give you that so much respect that you forget that you're actually representing God in that way, not yourself. So you're indirectly saying putting using the ministry as an idol. I don't know if you understand. I hope you understand. You know, even your work, you put work first before God. When it's time for service, you just no, I have deadlines to meet. I need to give God his respect. You know, give God, tell God that you are God above all things. Worship him. You see that God is a jealous God. You know, let him know that he is the only God that you serve and no other thing. Now we have jewelries, we have ornaments. Now these things are good. You know, it adds to beauty. But when it becomes like a do or die affair, that you cannot go out without wearing jewelry, you cannot go out without wearing makeups. Like, no, I cannot do without this. Why will I come out without makeup? Why will I come out without jewelry? For what? You know, it has become your idol, like something that you put your mind in it, which is wrong. So we should learn not to um we should learn to detach ourselves from idols. We should put God first in all things. Now, how to identify and tear down idols? How do we identify and tear down idols? Now, ask yourself some honest questions like, what am I unwilling to give up if God asked? If you are praying and God just say, I want you to give up something for me. What's that thing that you feel that you cannot give up? When you realize that thing that you feel you are not willing to give up, that thing has become your idol. And also, what do you think about the most? What do you think about the most during the day? Is it your phone? Is it your partner? Is it money? Is it jewelry? What is that thing that takes away your mind, like you focus on and putting God aside? And also practice surrender. Pray the book of Psalms chapter 139 verse 23 to 24. It says, search me, God, and lead me in the way everlasting. Practice it. Physically or symbolically, lay that idol before God. Tell him that you surrender all to him, that you want him to be your God. Tell him to protect your mind, to lead you right, that you will not put anything before him. Talk to God that he will occupy your mind, he will occupy your heart, he will occupy your whole being. Tell him to take charge over everything that concerns you. So you don't tend to, put other things first before him. Also, reorder your affections. The book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, it says, seek first the kingdom of God. So replace idle time with intentional God's time. When you notice that you are being too addicted to your phone, you can just start reading the word, or you could start worshiping the Lord. You notice that when you start, after a while, that thoughts begins to die slowly. You understand? So another point says, find accountability. Share your struggle with a trusted believer who can pray and always check in on you. Not someone who will sell you out. Not someone who would want to gossip you about, and instead of him or her to help you, he or she tends to degrade you, make you feel less than what you are, even make you feel worse than the way you are already. So find accountability, someone you can always talk to, someone you can liaise with. So I want to drop a challenge for you all. There's this challenge I'll give to you for this week. Identify that one thing that might have taken more of your heart than God. Write that thing down and spend the week intentionally giving God more space than that thing, through prayer, through worship, and time in His Word. Now, freedom starts when we are honest about what's on the throne of our hearts. Just be honest about what's on your heart. It starts from there. Own up that yes, this particular thing has actually been an idol in my life. and I need to do away with it. So note that freedom starts when we are honest about what's on the throne of our hearts. Now remember that idols don't always look like statues. Sometimes they look like the very things we think we need the most. At this point, God is calling us back to wholehearted worship, where He alone sits on the throne. Thank you for joining me on the Realignment Counsel. Now, if this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who might need a gentle nudge towards God's first place in their life. Now, until next time, reset, refocus, and realign with Him. I'm Cleopatra saying good night from here and sleep tight. Good night.